The Divine Feminine has a message from the heart space for everyone who has chosen to heal, who has chosen to transmute the pain of their ancestors, of their parents, of their relationships. All the people who have chosen to listen to the heart space. Day after day, you choose to honor your heart space. You choose to honor yourself in a system that doesn't want you to exist. But each day you wake up and you still choose love. Even when an example of love was not mirrored to you, you still choose love. And she is so grateful for you. She sees all the tears that you cried in secret when you felt like you were alone, that there was no one there. Throughout your healing journey, you feel like you've met pain over and over again in different people, when all you've had is an open heart, when all you've wanted to give is love. And she sees you. She sees all of you. She sees your dark, your light. She sees all of you. And she wants you to know that it is okay, that you are good enough. Right now in this moment, you are good enough. You are enough. Every day that you choose to show up and live in the heart space to anchor the frequency of love, you are good enough. That is enough. You may not have all the things in the physical that you feel make you a successful person, but in the eyes of our mother, in the eyes of spirit, you are enough. And she wants you to acknowledge that within yourself. She wants you to look back on your healing journey and see where you started and see where you are now. See all the transformation, all the death and rebirth, all the cycles that you've gone through to become the version of you that you are today. And to give love to the version of you that is hurting, that just wants some acknowledgement for how hard you have fought, how hard you have tried to break these chains and patterns that have kept your family line in bondage for so long. Your heart is craving acknowledgement. Your heart is craving acknowledgement. Because a lot of you are seeking validation for your healing journey outside of yourselves, but it's your heart, it's you that your heart is wanting validation from. For every time you chose love over entering a game and playing, for every time you chose love over fear, over hurt, over throwing your hurt back at people who have wounded you, for every time you've chose love instead of seeking material things, seeking things that would cause other people to validate you, would cause this system to validate you. For every time you chose love to honor your intuition, to honor your spirit, when it felt like the signs around you, everything in the physical was opposing you. For every time you got up and you chose to face pain instead of running. And even for the times where your heart is, you choose to run. For all those times that even you chose to run and you chose codependency or you chose vices over feeling. You are enough. And it's okay. You can give yourself compassion for the times where you do not have the capacity to feel. Don't shame yourself. Don't shame your vices. Don't shame wanting to numb the experience, because so many of you have such wide open heart chakras, heart centers, that sometimes feeling on this planet feels like it is too much. So don't shame yourself for when you feel the urge to numb. It's okay. You are living in a system that opposes love, that opposes life, and every day that you wake up and you choose to live, you choose to love, it's a threat to the system. But you choose anyway. But your heart needs you to acknowledge what you have been through. Not anyone outside of yourself. Not a healer, not a modality. Our mother sees you. Our mother sees the pain, the tears, the hurt. But now she wants you to see that part of yourself that needs acknowledgement, that needs your validation. Your heart is craving you to see the work that you have put in. To just sit and be with yourself and see the pain that you have alchemized. Because the pain that was running through you, that played out in your life, has been in your family for generations. And your ancestors, it enslaved your ancestors. It wounded your ancestors. It trapped your ancestors. But now, in you healing yourself, you have freed your entire family line. You've freed them from that trap. And you free the ones who come after you. Or maybe if it's your choice that you'd feel like that is not something that you want to carry out, you do not want to have children, that is okay. But you free those around you when you choose not to engage in the game of projecting pain. When you choose yourself, when you choose your heart. Our mother sees you. Our mother sees your heart, but she wants you to see your heart. See the blessing that you are. See the blessing in your sensitivity. That in all those people that wounded you, you still saw light in them. You still saw heart in them. You saw life in them. You spoke life in them. And even if they mistreated you from it, don't blame yourself for loving. Don't blame yourself for choosing love when other people around you chose pain. You can never be to blame for choosing love. If you feel any shame or guilt, oh, if I stayed away from this person, if I stayed away from this situation, maybe if I'd honored my intuition earlier, I would not be here. Release that guilt. You are never to blame for choosing love. You are never to blame for choosing love. Our mother sees that in you. She wants you to see that within yourself. The value of your heart space. You are enough. Validate yourself. Sorry. From my heart to yours, I pray that message reaches who it needs to. Ashe.